Very much. On behalf of the Major League Baseball players, alumni, and now 20,000 or more members, I'm here to extend our sincere condolences to Connie, Michael, Chris, Diana, and the entire Robinson family. I first met Brooks in 1962 at the All-Star game in Chicago. And I called him Brooks and he called me Jim. For the next 60 plus years, I called him Brooksy. He called me Kitty Cat. How you doing, Kitty Cat? How you doing, Brooks? I'm doing fine. Of course he was. He was always doing fine. Brooks was a humble, genuine, and sometimes inconspicuous superstar in our game. If the scouting report came out on Brooks, power, speed, arm, he probably fit in the average category. But Brooks had skills that you couldn't measure. Doug referred to some of them. Fast reactions, lateral movement, great footwork, and somehow he had the ability to transfer the ball from his glove to his hand. I don't think I ever saw him pick up a ball barehanded. And from all kinds of body angles, he could throw the ball over to Boog and get him by a step. It was magical to watch. He was not an imposing figure in uniform. He wouldn't fit the profile of today's players, which incidentally I'd like to say, because I know some of the current Orioles are here and want to congratulate them on their East Championship. I hope you go a little farther. But I think today's players, without a doubt, are the most physically equipped and imposing players in the history of our game. But Brooks did it without that, and boy, could he play baseball. And play he did. 14 seasons he played over 150 games. 5 of those he played every game. And that 1970 World Series you referred to, which was kind of his coming out party, he probably played 170 games that year. And we hear a lot about his fielding ability. You don't hear enough about his hitting. So I'm here to tell you from personal experience, I faced Brooks Robinson more than any other hitter in my career. And he got more hits off me than any other hitter in my career. And as Jim Palmer and I talked this past week, he had the ability, particularly against me, to find the middle of the ball with the barrel of the bat, no matter where I threw it. And as Jim said, winning run on ninth, winning run on second, bottom of the ninth, you want a single to center, Brooksy's your guy. He'll get it. And usually when a hitter has that kind of success against a pitcher, you want to make him move his feet, take away some aggressiveness, maybe even throw it up in here, push him off the plate. I couldn't do that to Brooks Robinson. He was the face of our game. I thought if I knocked him down, it'd be like knocking down Santa Claus or Mother Teresa. But I paid the price for it. Brooks was the ideal person to take over as president of our alumni. I was the president in the few years in the late 80s. Brooks was the president for 33 years. And when we had 600 members back in the late 80s, we now have over 20,000 members of the Major League Baseball players alumni. And I think a lot of that is because when the fans saw Brooks Robinson is the face of this organization, I want to be part of that. So I think we're very indebted to Brooks' tenure with the Alumni Association. And for his family, we're here for them too. I know my wife Margie, we were so honored to sit with Brooks and Connie at the Rawlings Gold Glove Awards dinner for many years. And Margie has said to me on more than one occasion, Connie Robinson is the most beautiful and lovely woman I've ever met. I think there's thousands here that probably feel the same way. So in closing, I want to say, Brooksy, if you were standing right here, this is what I'd like to say. Obviously, you were important to the Orioles. You were important to the city of Baltimore. You're very important to the game of baseball. And I don't think it's a stretch to say you were important to our country. Not because of the way you played the game, but because of the way you lived your life. Thanks, Brooksy.